Some people definitely believe that they are way more important than the law that everyone else follows.
Stop! Stop!
But who's gonna break it to these Karens that their actions have serious consequences and throw that crown of entitlement off their heads? In today's video, we have some really grown women acting absolutely like spoiled toddlers. Yeah, that doesn't seem very ladylike. But why did these women act the way they did? Were they under any substance abuse, or did they have any political connections to justify their entitlement? Or in an absolute twist of tales? Are we the ones absolutely wrong in misinterpreting these situations? And did something else happen behind the scenes that got them to act the way they did? Let's uncover, shall we? Starting off with the first story on our list about this Flagler County woman.
Come here, now.
Okay, you're not gonna touch me.
Get on the ground now. Get on the ground. Get on the ground now.
Meet Bree Ann Gaudry, who was arrested after attempting to stab a deputy multiple times with a fix-a-flat tool during her arrest. Why would anyone in their sound mind try to do that? Well, it all started when someone called the Flagler County Sheriff's Office to report a woman riding her bicycle on the wrong side of the road, on East State Road 100. This dangerous behavior almost caused serious accidents with the other vehicles that were passing by. While the police were on their way to the area, they got more calls about the exact same woman. Apparently, a Gaudry rode her bicycle. She started damaging cars by scratching them with something sharp. This act is legally termed keying vehicles and is illegal and harmful under the eyes of the law. When a deputy finally caught up with her near the intersection of East State Road 100 and Aviation Drive, they tried to pull her over. But instead of stopping, Gaudry ran into a grassy field on Aviation Drive. The deputy follows Gaudry to try and arrest her. When she's caught, she keeps complaining about being videotaped by the police officer.
Listen, you're gonna let me go.
Lay on the ground.
You're gonna let
Lay
me go.
on your
And all
stomach.
your fucking footage
Lay on
the
your
TV.
stomach. Lay on your
No,
stomach.
you're gonna bring out all your producers right now. All your TV you're gonna bring them out now. Bring them out now.
What else does she expect? One can't say no to paparazzi after breaking the law. However, Gaudry keeps trying to resist being arrested.
Put your hands behind your back, do it now.
No.
What are you doing this for?
Because y'all are videoing me. You know you are. I told you to stop for years. You don't stop it.
Now here's where matters get serious. During the attempt to take her into custody, Gaudry tried multiple times to use a sharp tool called a fix-a-flat in an attempt to stab the deputy in the leg. This is an extremely dangerous and violent act.
Put your hands behind your
You're
back.
Stop.
You're
gonna come through with it.
Now I'm not playing with you. Put your hands behind your back. Do it now. Put your hands behind your back now. You're gonna get tased if you don't put your hands behind your back. You know that, right?
The police had to use a taser to gain control over the situation and finally arrest Gaudry. Thankfully, no deputies were injured during this incident. But it was a very dangerous situation for everyone involved. But even after being arrested, she keeps on trying to resist getting into the police car by trying to get on top of the car with her leg. By the end of all this drama, Bree Ann Gaudry found herself facing a series of charges due to her actions during this troubling incident. The first one is fleeing from the police. This charge means that Gaudry attempted to evade or escape from law enforcement officers when they were trying to apprehend or question her. It's considered a serious offense as it hinders the police's ability to maintain public safety and uphold the law. The second one, resisting arrest with violence, is way more serious than the first one. Resisting arrest with violence refers to actively opposing or fighting against law enforcement officers while they are attempting to arrest someone. It involves physical force or aggression directed towards the officers. This charge emphasizes the seriousness of using violence or aggression when dealing with the police. And it only gets worse as she is also charged with aggravated battery of a law enforcement officer. Aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer occurs when someone intentionally harms or injures a police officer while they are performing their duties. Gaudry's attempt to stab the deputy with a sharp tool falls under this charge. It's considered especially serious because it targets those responsible for maintaining law and order. She is also charged with criminal mischief, which refers to intentionally damaging or vandalizing property belonging to someone else. In Ghidori's case, she's facing 2 counts of criminal mischief, which means she damaged or vandalized 2 different vehicles. What makes it even more severe is that the combined damage exceeded $1,000, classifying it as a felony. Felony charges are more serious than misdemeanors in the legal system and often come with more severe penalties, including potential imprisonment. Ghidori was taken into custody and put in jail, where she had to post an $11,500 bond to be released. This means she had to pay that amount of money as a promise to appear in court for her charges. She also has a history of previous arrests, including being found guilty in 2021 of disorderly intoxication and battery domestic violence with bodily harm. This incident serves as a reminder of the importance of following the law, respecting law enforcement officers, and not resorting to violence or vandalism when dealing with problems or conflicts. If you thought Ghidori was acting insane, just wait till you get to see the next story we have in store for you.
Happening? Can you explain to me?
You're under arrest.
What's happening? Why? You're being arrested. Why?
Why is this woman being arrested? Let's rewind a little bit, shall we? On the 30th of May, a woman named Cameron Gibson became a TikTok sensation overnight for all the wrong reasons. The 25-year-old lady from Olathe, Kansas, was involved in a disruptive incident aboard a Southwest flight departing from New Orleans. Gibson's behavior suggested she was intoxicated and had caused significant trouble during the flight.
7:30 p.m. when I paid for my flight.
Get off!
The incident was recorded and posted on TikTok by Jonathan Fancher, where the police officers are handcuffing Gibson after she was removed from the plane. In the video, Gibson can be heard saying, "I paid for my flight," but the police officer firmly responds with, "Get off." Deputies from the sheriff's office then proceeded to remove her from her seat and guide her down the aisle. Throughout this process, Gibson continued to resist, making the situation challenging for the officers. Gibson's disruptive behavior had serious consequences. The Southwest flight, which was in the process of taxiing, had to return to the gate at Louis Armstrong New Orleans International Airport. Reports indicate that Gibson was intoxicated and had kicked a passenger in the head while propping her feet up on the seat in front of her. This incident raised questions and sparked discussions, particularly on social media platforms like TikTok. Many users suggested that there should be stricter restrictions on alcohol at airports to prevent such disruptive incidents from occurring. While alcohol can be enjoyed responsibly, this incident served as a stark reminder of the potential consequences of excessive drinking before or during a flight. One can't completely blame the passengers here, as alcohol is served inside the planes. What are your thoughts on drinking while traveling via air? Let us know in the comments. In the TikTok video shared by Jonathan Fancher, the woman's refusal to leave the Southwest flight is evident. Fancher explained that the airline staff had politely asked her to disembark, but she reputedly refused. This led to the airline staff seeking assistance from the police to handle the situation.
Can I please have my phone?
We got it.
While she was being asked to get off the plane, Cameron Gibson remained on the plane and made frantic attempts to retrieve her phone. She also tried to grab nearby seats, seemingly attempting to re-enter her seat. In response to her refusal to cooperate, the police officers decided to handcuff her. A round of applause can be heard in the video as the deputies grab Gibson, pull her down the aisle, and handcuff her. Amid all the chaos, Gibson expressed confusion about the situation, repeatedly asking, "What's happening?" One of her fellow passengers responded with assurance, "Well, we're not." Despite her inquiries, the situation continued to escalate. Another passenger remarked, "Looks like you're getting arrested." At least someone cared enough to explain to her that she might be behind bars for a while.
What's happening? Sir, I am so confused I'm literally so confused what's happening.
Yeah, well, we're not.
What's happening? Can you explain
Looks
to
like
me?
you're under arrest.
What's happening? Why? You're being arrested. Why? Why?
As the incident unfolded, other passengers on the plane urged Gibson to stop resisting and comply with the officer's instructions. They tried to convey that her resistance was only making matters worse, and further complicating the situation. Eventually, when the airline staff requested that Gibson leave the plane, she adamantly refused. Deputies from the sheriff's office had to step in and remove her.
Sir, I am so confused I'm literally so confused what's happening.
Yeah, well, we're not.
What's happening? Can you explain to me?
You're under arrest.
What's happening? Why?
However, things took a troubling turn when they reached the jetway outside the plane. Gibson became extremely combative, kicking two deputies. The situation escalated further when she bit one of the deputies on the thigh. To prevent her from causing more harm, the deputies had to restrain her in a wheelchair. This entire incident serves as a sobering reminder of the consequences of disruptive behavior on flights and the challenges faced by airline staff and law enforcement when dealing with such situations. It also highlights the importance of responsible alcohol consumption, particularly in airport environments where travelers should prioritize their safety and that of their fellow passengers. Cameron Gibson faced a series of serious charges in the aftermath of her disruptive incident on the Southwest flight. She was charged with 3 counts of battery of a police officer, which means she physically harmed the officers who were trying to control the situation. Additionally, she was charged with disturbing the peace while drunk, highlighting her disruptive behavior and the fact that she was intoxicated during the incident. 2 counts of resisting an officer were also levied against Gibson, indicating her refusal to cooperate with law enforcement's attempts to maintain order. This resistance contributed to the escalating chaos on the flight and in the jetway. Furthermore, Gibson faced a charge of criminal mischief. Criminal mischief refers to intentionally damaging or vandalizing property that belongs to someone else. In this context, it suggests that during her unruly actions, Gibson may have damaged or vandalized something either on the plane or in the airport. After her arrest, Gibson spent time in custody but was released from the Jefferson Parish Correctional Center in Gretna on May 30th. She was able to secure her release by posting a $6,000 bond, which is a sum of money paid as a guarantee that she will appear in court for her legal proceedings. This bond allowed her temporary freedom while awaiting her court hearings on the charges she faced.
Stop! 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 Stop!
What exactly does she want them to stop? Let's find out. This next incident occurred in the bustling Salt Lake City International Airport on a scorching July 15th afternoon in 2023. Chaos reigned as the normally routine departure of a flight to New York took an unexpected turn. This is where the star of the story comes into play. Meet Jacqueline Fleury, a 30-year-old passenger whose actions would soon disrupt the peace of this travel hub. As passengers eagerly awaited takeoff, Fleury's behavior caused a massive nuisance, which forced everyone on board to deplane for safety reasons. The situation quickly escalated, leading to a decision to deplane all passengers to address the disturbance. The airport authorities, along with the local police, were dispatched to the scene to defuse the situation and restore order. At Gate A14 of Salt Lake City International Airport, officers arrived to find an agitated and furious Jacqueline Fleury. Witnesses on the scene described her unleashing a triad of profanity. Triad of profanity loosely translates to a flight of disapproval or abuse. Fleury's frustration was reaching a boiling point over her seat assignment. In a moment caught on camera, she's raging with anger as she exclaims, "The told me I'm getting an aisle. Let me just go home. Let me just go home." Her outburst not only disrupts the travel plans of her fellow passengers, but also draws the attention of airport personnel and local law enforcement. As officers attempt to defuse the situation, Fleury's violent protests get louder and louder through the gate area, leaving those present in a state of disbelief at the intensity of her displeasure over her seat.
Stop! Stop! Stop!
The airport authorities face no choice but to implement strict measures. Jacqueline Fleury's flying privileges are promptly revoked, and the airline swiftly refunds her airfare. She receives clear notification that her status as a ticketed passenger has been revoked, accompanied by a polite request to vacate the gate area. However, Fleury doesn't stop there. She adamantly rejects the officers' entreaties for her peaceful departure. She remains resolute in her resistance, physically challenging the police officers' efforts to restore order. So, how will the airport staff deal with this?
Stop! 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 I don't live in Utah!
As officials persistently request that Fleury leave the airport premises, she starts resulting with all her force. In a defiant act, she abruptly snatches her ID card from an officer's grip, escalating the already tense situation. When the police tried to arrest her, Jacqueline Fleury didn't cooperate. She wouldn't put her hands behind her back like they asked her to, which just made the entire scenario even worse than it had to be.
They refunded her fare. She did kick an officer. I checked in, and it was minor injuries, no hospitalization.
Unfortunately, things got worse, and the police had to use physical force to put handcuffs on her. Even when they were moving her to a police car, she kept resisting and kicking one of the officers in the leg. This is a serious situation that causes serious consequences for her, which we will reveal very soon. Yet the narrative takes a distressing twist as the incident unfolds. Can it get worse than this?
Get up.
Right there. We'll go down there.
No, get up, get up, get up.
Get up.
Go down there. No, get up, get up, get up, get up. Get up.
As it gains widespread attention, video footage surfaces, casting an even more unforgiving spotlight on the case. As more and more people heard about what happened, a video came out that made things even worse for Jacqueline Fleury. In this video, she used a really hurtful and offensive N-word, not just once, but 2 times, when talking to the airport authorities. Because she used this word, it made the situation even more controversial, and people got really angry and upset about it. They were not happy with what she did, and they made it clear that they strongly disagreed with her actions. Because of this video and the use of that hurtful word, the whole incident became an even bigger deal, and a lot of people were very mad at Jacqueline Fleury for what she said. Using that word is not okay, and it caused a lot of outrage and condemnation from the people who saw the video. Jacqueline Fleury faced some serious legal trouble after her actions at the airport. She was arrested on 3 charges. The first one was for assaulting a peace officer or a military member in uniform. This means she physically attacked or harmed a law enforcement officer or someone from the armed forces who was clearly wearing their official uniform while doing their job. The second charge was for disorderly conduct. This happened after authorities asked her to stop causing a scene, but she didn't listen. The third charge was for interfering with an arresting officer. This means she got in the way of the police when they were trying to do their job and make an arrest. Fleury was taken into custody and sent to Salt Lake County Jail. As her case moved forward, 2 of the charges against her were dropped. However, she admitted to her role in the altercation with the police officer and pleaded guilty to the assault charge. This was a way for her to acknowledge her actions and accept the consequences of what she did. As part of the legal process, the remaining charge against Jacqueline Fleury will be dismissed in June 2024. But there's a condition. She has to meet certain requirements set by the court. This decision was made to make sure Fleury learns from her actions and tries to change her behavior for the better. It's a way for the legal system to help people take responsibility for what they've done and hopefully become better citizens. Unlike this lady that we are just about to show you. In an ironic twist of fate, an individual named Karen found herself at the center of an encounter due to her refusal to comply with a mask policy. Karen Turner, 55, was filmed resisting arrest in an Ohio supermarket after being asked to leave for not wearing a face covering on January 18th. The incident occurred at Mark's Deeper Discount in Brook Park, Ohio, where Turner's disregard for the store's mask policy led to her being confronted by store employees. They requested her to leave the premises, but she staunchly refused. Left with no alternative, store employees called the police to address the situation.
So let me ask you this. Is it a law? What's the federal law that prevents me from wearing a face mask? Federal law.
Not federal.
Okay,
State
so
law.
you don't know.
State
you don't
order.
know the law, right?
State order.
No. The law. The law, because I'm going to get your badge number and
34.
I'm going to sue you as well.
Okay.
Okay, so what is the
A
federal
business
law?
can ask you to
that-
leave for any reason.
Upon the arrival of the officers, Turner posed questions regarding the legality of mask mandates. She inquired whether there was a federal law that required her to wear a face mask. The officers clarified that it wasn't a federal law, but a state order mandating mask usage. This led Turner to assert that the officers were unaware of the law, demanding their badge numbers.
It's not
Miss,
mandate.
do you have an idea?
and-
Yes, it is a federal.
mandate and a law, two different things.
This
You
is
guys
private
get this?
property.
No.
Yes,
Do
it is.
they serve the public?
When the officers requested her identification, Turner declined to provide it. That was enough for the cops.
Need her ID?
Yes.
Do you have your ID,
No.
please?
I'm not giving you my ID.
Okay,
Because
then you gotta come with us. Let's follow us.
No.
Consequently, they escorted her out of the store. During this process, she continually resisted vocally expressing her intention to sue the officers. The officers confiscated her phone and placed her in the back of a patrol car.
No, you're the one being bad.
Illegal search!
I'm not.
Illegal!
You can't have the person. If you kick me, you're gonna go to jail.
Illegal!
I'm not searching your purse. I want your purse.
Illegal search!
Miss,
Illegal search!
you can't have your purse on
Oh,
you in the back. Yeah, we told
my
you that.
God. Where's my cell phone?
We have it.
I want it now! I want my cell phone now! I want my cell phone
I'm
now!
putting this in your purse.
I want my cell
Let me see
phone
something.
now!
She got this thing wrapped around her.
I want my cell phone
You're not. You can say it all the time you want.
I want my cell phone now.
I'd have to break the purse. I don't want to break you. I'm gonna handcuff you. You gonna fight with me?
Dude, you are
Good.
so in trouble.
I'm not. Trust me. Here, go
You are
ahead.
so in trouble.
I'm not. You are.
Oh, no.
Don't fight with us. I'm gonna take your
Oh,
purse.
I wasn't fighting at you at all.
Yeah, the whole place seen it.
Oh, dude. You are so in trouble.
I'm not worried about it.
Oh, you're
Okay.
not?
No. Okay.
I want my cell phone now.
Don't put your. There you go. Thank you.
What are you taking my cell phone for?
I'm gonna put it in your purse.
All right, then give me my purse.
No, your purse is sitting up with us. Put your hands behind your back.
All right.
Thank you.
God.
There you go.
You guys are in so much
Kitty, what,
trouble.
watch it. See, look at it. Put your cell phone in
You're
there.
so in trouble.
No, we're not.
Whoa, that's not mine.
Oh,
That's
you're right.
not
That
mine.
one's mine.
Oh, hell
Yours
no.
is there. See, I had mine in my pocket
What?
too.
I want to see it.
Okay.
I want to see
No
it.
problem. That's it.
You go through my cell phone, you're in.
Inside the car, when one of the officers reached for her purse, Turner reacted strongly, alleging an illegal search. She threatened to sue if they examined her cell phone, but her words were cut short when the officer forcefully closed the car door. Following the incident, Turner faced misdemeanor charges, including resisting arrest, criminal trespassing, entering or staying in a place she shouldn't have, like the store, and failure to disclose information. She pleaded not guilty to these charges, and records from Berea Municipal Court indicated that she was released on a $5,000 bond, pending another court appearance. Ironically, Turner's first name, Karen, has gained widespread popularity as a pejorative term during the pandemic. It describes an individual, often a woman, who displays entitlement and privilege while demanding special treatment or making unreasonable requests. Hopefully, the ladies in our video have learned from their mistakes. Let us know in the comments down below which other video you would like to see. And make sure you subscribe to the channel so you never miss another video from us.